Someone commented on one of the videos I left online. I think the most recent one, and I love it. Whoever this is, they punctuated their statement. They didn't leave an emoji. Color me surprised. What they had to say is race is not skin deep. And I just want you to kick some of these things around. I'm also half asleep, stumbling around in the bathroom because it's the warmest place in the house. Yeah. So I think in this one I asked, is race dictated by genes? Okay, and what Google's going to tell you numerous times over is that it's a social construct. That's what's being driven these days. The same applies to people being told that men and women are, they can be the other. Men can be women and women can be men, and it's all wishy-washy social constructs. Okay? I do also want you to appreciate you could be adopted into a family. And they can teach you things. They can teach you about culture. Okay? There's a difference between culture and race, if I'm not mistaken. Assume what you will, but they can teach you their culture, their belief system. Yeah? In many ways, that's a social construct, or, however you want to fucking dress it up. It's a belief system, is what it is. But when it comes to race, and I'll dance back through these, there's an imprint, there's a template in you. And this is what dictates this is debatable too now because it's been shit on and drugged through the mud. There's a small number of how many races there are on this rock. Technically, I think we're all the same by and large. We should think of one another that way. And I think that's part of the point to being here in the first place. Each one of us, and I say this all the goddamn time, you're born under one of the 12 houses. And this applies to every single goddamn race. Because we are no different in that regard. We all carry a light. We all have a heart that beats beneath our chest and a brain between our ears we should use more often than not, and most don't, in my humble opinion. But there is variety, so this is the age of diversity and what have you. The neat thing is we don't all look the same, and we don't all act the same, we don't all sound the same, we don't all fill in the blank because it's diverse. Which should appeal to people and should make sense, but what do I know? I'm also not trying to knock whoever left that comment on here. I'm not trying to knock your dick in the dirt. I just want people to think about these things. Because it's very easy to, rattle something off and possibly be wrong. Same applies to this message, for what it's worth. So social constructs, that's usually how this will be dressed up, is my point. So I asked I already said this, I'm pretty sure, but is race dictated by genes? Google's going to tell you it's a social construct. I'm dancing back slowly. I think I had to correct it here because the spelling was wrong and it's not showing me shit. So we're going to do it again and maybe lose one. You never know. I asked, is melanin dictated by blood? Because it's easier saying melanin than lack of melanin, lighter or darker. In this case, darker. And if that's dictated by blood, it might track with, race. But no, that's why I showed you genes. No, melanin production isn't dictated by blood, but by your genes determining pigment. Keep in mind, your melanin isn't dictated by a cultural construct. You with me? Or with a societal construct. It's based on something. It's a template. There's a reason why that happens. Why some people are lighter, some people are darker, and there are all the shades of brown, as somebody left online a while ago. And I think it's a good point. It's a very good point. And it's a better way to appreciate you and I and everybody else. All creeds and colors is my point. So genes, yes. Blood, no. And if I'm not mistaken, this should refute any notion of, societal fucking belief systems. You with me? You got culture. And you got, what's the other thing that we're cooking with? Because I told you I'm half asleep, stumbling around in the fucking bathroom trying to illustrate a point. Not the most ideal time to do so. But yeah, you got blood, which apparently doesn't, shake out, doesn't generate, what I'm driving at. And then you got genes, which do. Which means there is a concrete thing behind this, allegedly. not some wishy-washy societal belief system. That's the point. Is this what I led with? Let's see. Is race dictated by one's blood? Just wanted to see if it would tell me. And this is where it will also tell you about social constructs, because that's a fucking agenda. Our masters want people to not be able to recognize anything that reflects reality. They want you to repeat wishy-washy shit. They want you to open up that door to a gray area of bullshit. It's a bad way to put it. Usually I'll say, good people, but stupid, gullible people were trained to call food organic. And by calling it organic, that opened up the door to genetically modified poison. The same goes for calling cross-dressing something that it's not. And I do my best not to rattle that off. On another one of these accounts that I moderate, I left something on there. I haven't checked it yet. It probably has no traction, but based on what I left on there, you never know. A lot of people might have been shown it because it's propaganda. And it's the old version of an alternative word for cross-dressers. And we'll see if that shook out. You never know. Either way, once again, the comment in question stated, race is not skin deep, I think verbatim. Thanks for hanging out. What the fuck do I know?